From our family to yours, the Taste Master Junior, Clover, made with love. Last week, the top 6 had to bake their own pies, including making fresh pastry from scratch. It was a tough challenge, but in the end, Suzan impressed the judges, earning her 2nd Clover pin in a row. Now, the bottom 5 take on the elimination challenge, and with the finale in reach, they can almost taste the grand prize, including 35,000 Rand to spend at Samsung, 35,000 Rand's worth of kitchen aid equipment, and a year's supply of Clover dairy products.
It's elimination day.
It's the final countdown. That's the song going through my head on repeat.
I think it's just going to take a lot of grit and determination and focus in order to win this challenge.
Welcome, guys. How are we?
Good, thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Well, we are getting closer and closer to the grand finale. There's, of course, up for grabs, 150,000 Rand in cash courtesy of Capitec to better your future. Gabby, what would that mean to you?
That much money would be so amazing because I could invest it in whatever passion I have in the future.
Well, that's wise.
Now, this is, of course, an elimination challenge, but today we're choosing to celebrate. Quinley, what has been your favorite birthday cake memory thus far?
I have a great one.
Tell
and
us.
It was this little alien cake that my grandma made me. I loved it so much. It was just a great memory installed into my brain. It was...
Lekker,
That's so
good one.
sweet. Tineke, your favorite birthday memory?
Well, my mum's a baker, so I had pretty great cakes. My favorite one was where she made a rabbit cake that stood up on one leg, and then it was holding like a chocolate cupcake dome that we could crack open with sweets and stuff inside.
Wow. Well, today it's everyone's birthday because we're making celebration cakes.
I am very happy that it's a birthday cake challenge because it allows you so much room to explore different themes. And personally, I'm good with making themes come alive.
Now, this may seem like a daunting task, so we've enlisted the help of a guest judge who is one of Cape Town's supreme cake makers. Please welcome Natalie Pinto Lebotschy.
Hello.
Hi, Natalie. Hello, welcome.
Hello, hi contestants. I'm super excited to be here. This challenge is one of my specialties.
So Natalie will be hosting you in a workshop to give you some tips and tricks so that you can get the most out of today's challenge. Enjoy, guys. Natalie?
Follow me.
Chef Natalie looks very insightful and I'm really excited to learn more from her.
Natalie applies her trade at one of Cape Town's most renowned bakeries, specializing in celebration cakes.
I am Natalie Pinto Lebotschy. I am a cake designer and the kitchen manager here at Sweet Lionhearts. I'd always enjoyed baking as a teenager and specifically sweet things. After working in the hotel industry, I realized that cake baking was something that I wanted to specialize in. As a professional baker, I really enjoy being able to be a part of everybody's celebration in some way or another. I feel very excited to be a guest judge on the Taste Master Junior. I am privileged to be able to share some of my insights and techniques about cake baking to the young contestants. I would love the contestants to showcase their use of color, as well as their different skill set when it comes to frosting the cake. But most importantly, they need to have fun, because you can definitely tell when a cake is baked with lots of love and passion. Today we are going to learn how to create the perfect themed birthday cake. And one of the main ingredients for this is Swiss meringue buttercream and a drip that is going to go onto the cake. So the double boiler method is the Swiss meringue, which we are doing today. The whole point of the heat is so that you can dissolve the sugar that's in here, and you also want to pasteurize your egg whites because they are raw. So the machine is going to do all the work for us, and it's going to whip up this egg mixture into a nice glossy thick meringue. And only once it has gotten to that stage, then we will add our Clover Moy River butter. For the drip, we are going to weigh out our cream and our chocolate for the drip. It is double chocolate to cream. This we will place over the double boiler again.
How long should you be mixing it for?
Until it is lukewarm or colder. Another way to also check by how stiff the peak is. So in this case, it has a slightly soft peak. So now that our meringue has cooled, we are going to be adding our Clover Moy River butter. So this recipe calls for 500 grams, so we will be using the whole block. So at this stage, we can add some vanilla, and now we can add the violets. The reason why we add the violet coloring is because you want to counteract the yellow. Can you see a slight color change already?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a super slight change, but it does make a huge difference, especially when you're adding other colors.
I didn't know buttercream could look that good.
The cake has now set in the fridge and we are ready to decorate. There needs to be a consistent run of the drip. And I'm going to keep my hand in one place and the turntable will do all the work for me. So the theme that I have chosen for today is a galaxy theme. I don't necessarily have planets, but we're using different components such as colors, and using an offset spatula, we're just going to pull it in slightly. It doesn't have to look super neat on top because I'm going to cover it up so you won't see it at all. In our piping bag, we have 2 different colors. So when we pipe it, you're gonna have the 2 different colors coming out at the same time. I want to create some sort of height onto this cake, which is going to give you an overall better look. With your Swiss meringue buttercream, you can pipe little characters. So this is a great way to bring your idea to life with whatever theme you're going for. Try to keep it to a color scheme that doesn't have too many colors. There are a lot of elements on this cake and there's quite a lot going on, but because I'm sticking with the color scheme, it doesn't look too busy and out there. To finish it off, I'm just going to add some sprinkles and some glitter and a little bit of silver splatter to make it look like some stars. Of course, you can't have a birthday without candles. Here is my galaxy themed birthday cake. I hope you are feeling super inspired for your challenge and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
In this workshop, I'm learning that you can still have as much decorations as you want. It just has to be in a certain color scheme, and you keep your color scheme to like 3 to 4 colors, so that's not too much for the eye to be like wandering around everywhere.
Better never rests. So be the star to take your baking to the next level with Capitec.
New day, new activity. Today I'm going to be doing something that's been on my bucket list for a while now.
While the other contestants prepare for the elimination challenge, Suzan enjoys a celebration of her own at Wrapped, a trendy new cafe specializing in all things chocolate.
We're walking to the chocolate station and I'm so excited because I can decorate my own chocolate. I think I'm doing pretty good. My chocolate is looking very delicious. The chocolate is done and it's going into the fridge for 10 minutes. So while we're waiting, we're gonna make my hazelnut ice cream. And when we're done, we're gonna go take some pictures by the huge tongue. You can't come to Wrapped and not take pictures by the tongue. Our chocolate is ready and the bars look amazing.
There you go. Now let's package it.
Being here and making my own chocolate was so fun and I really did enjoy it. I'm hoping the other contestants in the Taste Master Kitchen are having as much fun as me.
Contestants, feeling inspired after your workshop?
Yes. Today's challenge is to create your ultimate themed birthday cake. Whatever your vibe is, we want to see it in your cake. We want fun, we want colorful, we want you to go all out. And because this is such a big challenge, you will have 3.5 hours to complete it.
Remember, this is an elimination challenge, so give it your all, yes?
Yes. We cannot wait to see what you create today. And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, bake.
Woo!
Good luck, guys.
I'm grabbing my cake tins and I'm spraying them. I'm lining 2 of them. I do want to line the other 3, but I'm scared that I might run out of time.
My time has just started and I'm immediately going to grab my dark chocolate, coffee, water and butter, and I'm just melting all of those in a pan till it's nice and warm.
I'm starting with my cake batter, and every egg I break is getting shell in. So I'm making just a chocolate cake and then the filling salted caramel.
I'm planning to make less cake batter into my cake tin so that they cook faster so that I can have more cake and less time. So with this challenge, my brother inspired me to make this cake. So today I'm making a race car themed cake. My main colors is red, black and white. It's going to be chocolate and vanilla cakes. Don't tell anyone, but it's going to be delicious.
Oh, that is nasty. This competition, Eggs and I have not been on the same wavelength. I keep messing them everywhere. It's kind of complicated. Right now I'm busy boiling my milk and olive oil. For my base cake, I have vanilla sponge with some rainbow sprinkles and some cream cheese icing in the middle, as well as a pistachio ganache. And on top, I have a beautiful mud cake. I didn't sift the flour. That's why it's clumping.
I'm busy making a chocolate fudge cake. I'm gonna start with getting my batter mixed up so I can just quickly put that into the oven because it does need to bake for a long time. And it's gonna be in the alien theme, so I'm gonna make it into a spaceship. I'm gonna try and make it on par with my granny's last one that she made for me for my 6th birthday.
This is a very, very fun challenge, but it's going to be a true test of their skill set.
I expect more than just one single tier cake. I also expect something grand.
Me too. I'm also looking for something that is also super tasty.
Exactly.
Outside looks and inside taste. I think that combination will be really great together.
What are you baking for us today?
Today I'm making a chocolate cake. It's going to be filled with a chocolate ganache and frosted with a chocolate cream cheese frosting.
And the theme of the cake?
The theme is Baby Shark.
In 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go!
Baby.
Just don't sing the song. Don't do it.
Okay,
come on.
Let's go. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark.
Okay, round of applause.
The theme is dinosaurs. I have a little sister at home. Because she loves dinosaurs so much, I would make a dinosaur-themed birthday cake.
Are you doing 2 layers, 3 layers?
I'm actually making a volcano out of the chocolates.
Oh, nice. Are we getting any explosions?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Today I'm using clover cream for my cookies and cream filling. I'm also using the salted butter for my filling to emulsify my fillings. A birthday tradition in my family is that every birthday I'll be the one making the cake.
So you got some Oreo cookie crumbs.
It looks very disgusting, but it tastes
It does look questionable. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it.
Is that going to be the filling or the frosting?
This is going to be the filling and chocolate and vanilla sponge.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's lekker.
So you're making a chocolate fudge cake. Why is it in a water bath?
Because I'm going to be adding eggs. You know, I just don't want my eggs to cook.
Pour the batter into the eggs rather, so that you're tempering your eggs and they wouldn't cook as fast. Quinley, how are we decorating it?
I will be doing a buttercream and I will be making fondant as well for the little alien guys. I've got way too much batter. I'm just distributing from bowl to bowl to bowl to bowl to bowl. So my plan for these bowls is I'm gonna make a UFO out of them. Half is gonna go to one side, half is gonna go in the other, top and bottom. It's gonna be super cool.
The theme?
The theme is going to be mushroom forest. So I'm going to make my cake look like a tree stump and then gonna use my offcuts from my cake to make a cake pop mix to create the roots of the tree and then also a few mushrooms on top.
My cakes are looking so good. Now I'm starting on my buttercream like a mountain.
So I've got my cake in the oven now and I'm gonna get onto my aliens. Busy making my little alien guys. Yeah, these oaks have to look very alien-y.
Oh, I didn't grease this thing. I think that's fine. Oh, how are my cakes doing? Yeah, that is definitely not ready, but that looks good.
I'm busy with my chocolate buttercream and my cakes are in the oven.
Right now I'm just coloring my fondant to be a bit darker, and then I'm going to make my baby shark.
I got it. Let me just say, I think my cakes are ready. I'm loving everything about my cakes. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's brown, it's cooked.
My cake has come out of the oven and I'm super happy that it's fully cooked. I did have a problem with raw cakes in the past and it's looking really beautiful.
So Fritz, we definitely have a battle of the chocolate cakes today. Every single person in this kitchen is making a chocolate sponge.
They look pretty good. Okay.
My only concern is Gabby's.
Sorry, chocolate cakes keep disturbing you.
Because she said it's going to erupt. So, you know, there's going to be lots of weak points in an already carved kind of shape, I imagine.
Perhaps a tad overbaked. No, they actually seem fine. They're beautiful and spongy. I love it.
Right now, I'm just making the coral to go on the sides of my cake.
How's it going here, Jahzara? What are you making?
Going well. I made a few of my coral decorations.
Oh, those look very, very cool. I love the colors there.
I'm making the baby shark now.
Baby shark, doo doo doo.
I'm pouring my hot caramel glass onto the silicone mat. As some of it drips on the stove. That's really scary. Hot sugar is dangerous. It's very scary as well because I literally started a fire. But yeah, I'm very happy with this.
Join in the baking fun by taking part in this week's viewer competition.
Show us how you would do in this week's challenge by baking a fun and colourful celebration cake using Clover products.
Upload it onto socials by replying to the competition post and using the hashtag #TasteMasterJunior and hashtag CloverMadeWithLove.
You could stand a chance of winning a classic KitchenAid stand mixer plus a Clover hamper.
We can't wait to see your beautiful birthday cakes.
Congratulations to our episode 8 viewer winner, Melotando Twala, who created a perfectly balanced lunchbox with a chicken wrap, fresh fruit, yogurt, and a clover crush juice. Clover butter, perfect for baking, cooking, or spreading. Add a touch of love that transforms every dish.
Contestants, we are 1 hour down. We have 2.5 hours remaining. Let's stay focused.
Woo! That is scary.
I'm a terrible artist. I can play music, but I can't draw or make aliens. So this is going to be a pretty difficult one for me. Jeff is looking for a mate at the moment. He's a very single guy. If anyone knows a partner for him, please let me know.
What's going on here?
What's happening with the sugar?
Yeah, I'm melting it because I'm making a salted caramel. And then after that, I'm going to make a few ganaches because that's going to be for decoration of my cake.
I see your cakes are baked and out the oven cooling.
2 of my cakes are still busy baking, but the rest are out the oven cooling, ready to be frosted.
So what are we forming now?
Right now, I just want a base for my cake to sit on.
Natalie was just saying what a great strategy it was to bake thinner cakes, get them baked, done, cooled.
My cakes are in the fridge. I'm going to ice them in about 10 minutes.
Are you covering the whole cake in fondant as well?
I'm going to cover it in a thin layer of ivory fondant, kind of like the bottom of the ocean.
I have chocolate cakes in the oven. They are kind of worrying, mostly because the inside is still raw because I poked them. But luckily I'm going to be making a hole in them anyways.
Okay.
So that's lucky for me.
As you're having fun here, do you actually have a cake as well, or we just
Cakes in the oven.
Cakes in the oven.
Still not cooked. Jeff is a pretty nice chap. He's well known around his planet.
The mode of transportation is your big focus of today, eh? The spaceship.
Yeah, the spaceship. I'm gonna give you some cool tips here because he's a speedwing.
It's delicious. Definitely some more salt though.
Ooh, okay.
Right now, I'm just leveling my cake layers. I managed to frost my whole cake in the first half, which I'm really happy about. My cakes usually don't turn out this good, so I'm really, really happy.
I hope I didn't overbake them, guys. My lava cakes are ready. I'm going to be making my volcano with these cakes.
So like there's not going to be on top of the cake. So my cake kind of broke, but I'm going to fix it by hiding it. I'm going to put it together properly.
The butter is not buttering.
Did you put everything in at the same time?
No, I put the cream cheese in, then I put a little bit of icing sugar, and then I added some butter.
So if you want it to be super smooth, then do it the other way around. So you do your butter and your icing sugar first.
My cream cheese icing is looking a bit too thick. The butter is very cold, but luckily I have a solution. Using a blowtorch is very fun. That's so cool, it just separates from it.
I'm busy making a white chocolate ganache, but I colored it. I'm also going to be making a milk chocolate ganache and a dark chocolate ganache.
Contestants, you have had 1.5 hours of baking time. You have 2 hours left to finish your cakes. Keep moving.
Go for it, guys. Looking good.
No. So the consistency of my cookies and cream changed in the fridge. So now I have to get it back to what I want it to be like.
So right now I'm cutting up some sticks to make sure that my cake does not fall over and it's nice and steady. I'm just going to let my cake chill in the fridge and then I'm going to make my fondant decorations.
How do you want your shards to look?
Like V-shaped shards.
I think you should rather use a knife with a point to it, and then you hit it down, and then it will create the shards for you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
That is so crazy. I love that.
Ek is besig om mushrooms te vorm. So ek het my cakepop deeg gemaak en nou vorm ek dit net in die vorms van mushroomstele, want ek het al klaar die koppe van die mushrooms gemaak. En dan gaan ek hulle so lank as moontlik in die vrieskas los tot ek hulle nodig het.
The guys are making so much progress. They're getting so many components done. Maybe not Quinley so much.
Please. Oh, come on.
He started making his aliens and got completely distracted. That he zoned in.
Have his cakes gone into the oven?
No, they have. They
Okay.
have.
I'm a little bit worried there because they're not out the oven yet. And you put a skewer in and they came out raw still. So you're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes.
What's going on now? What are we making?
These are space plates, holes that you can see through, like glass
Windows.
windows. Yeah, windows in a way, but they don't use windows.
Oh, aliens don't use windows.
Whoa, I should have lined them.
For the stacking of the cake, it's going to be 2 different flavors. And for my cookies and cream filling, it's going to go in between the layers. And the layers are going to be vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, chocolate.
My cake has almost taken an hour and a half to bake, but I stick a stick through it, comes out clean.
Quinley, what are you working on now? Some
Making a buttercream.
Now, those cakes, I know you're going to sort of sandwich them together.
Yeah.
Are there any other places where the frosting is going?
I've made a icing that's in the fridge currently, and I'm going to slice in half so it doesn't just take. You don't want a big slab of cake. This is a very dense cake, and you would want frosting with it, definitely. Yeah.
I'm busy making moss. You just mix all the ingredients together and then put it into disposable cups and put it into the microwave for 50 seconds and then you have moss. You just have to wait for it to cool. This is going to be used as decoration all over my cake.
2 hours has passed and I'm starting to make my fondant decoration. Right now I'm just making my baby shark fin to go on top of its head and then I'll start with the finer details. I've got 8 cousins, they're all younger than me and I'm making this cake for them. My household is run by my grandma. At the top, because I don't have any siblings, I actually found my brothers and sisters in my cousins.
Right now I'm busy making my egg and sugar bain marie for my Swiss meringue icing. It's getting there.
I'm just hoping this cake is not sticking. It's time to take my cake out and it is sticking to the bowl. It's like clinging for dear life, like let go. Oh. Cake comes out. Aha! I can definitely work with this. That is a pretty dense cake.
Afton, what are we making?
So today we're making the checkered patterns for the race car theme cake.
Yeah. What's the other color of the checkerboard?
Black.
Oh, look, the mushroom bases and tops have been formed.
Yes.
Out of your cake pop mixture. Happy with those?
Yes, I am.
Are we going to add any color? Are these going to be like poisonous type mushrooms? You know, the red and white dot ones?
Yes.
Is that the vibe we're going for?
Yes.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo. I'm here singing for motivation. I thought maybe it'll help you get baby shark even better. Are you happy with your baby shark and how he's turning out?
Yeah, I think I have to make his teeth a bit thicker.
Yeah, he looks cute.
Thank you.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle. Is that before your time, Ninja Turtles?
I was born in 2009.
Ek sit nou nog so 'n bietjie sout op my karamel want Natalie het gesê dit kort nog so 'n bietjie sout en ek kan asseblief dan kry voordat hy actually op dit vul.
What's happening with those?
The pistachios are actually for ganache. I want to roast them first, but then I won't have time for my decorations. So if it doesn't taste like pistachios, that's a me problem.
Probably going to be a me problem too.
Yeah, probably. I'm planning on putting crumbled pistachio on the top of my cake for that grass effect, maybe even a bit of moss.
I don't think I have enough time to do a crumb coat.
So what's the contingency plan then?
I'm just gonna do like a little crumb coat, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like sort of a crumb coat, but it's actually not a crumb coat.
I don't know what you're saying.
So it's like a crumb coat for 10 minutes. There's my little driver.
Contestants, you have 1 hour left to go. Baby Shark, thumbs up.
My cake pops are coming out of the freezer and they are very frozen, which is good because I need them to be stable so I can dip them into chocolate.
I'm doing my chicken pattern for the bottom layer. Putting these squares onto this cake, it feels like it's forever and I'm never gonna get done. But I take a step back and look at the clock and I realize that it only took me 3 minutes, which I'm super surprised by and really proud of myself for.
With less than an hour left, I still have to make my actual dinosaurs and build my cake. For my dinosaur themed cake, I'm planning on making a T-Rex, Triceratops, and Brachiosaurus because they are some of my sister's favorite dinosaurs.
I'm busy icing my cake at the moment. Oh, these crumbs are going to be the death of me, bro. This icing is showing a lot of crumbs. I'm not sure if I like it or not because it doesn't look too bad.
I am pretty stressed for time, but that's why I made sure to be quick with my cake because I knew this was going to take quite some time to make.
Judges, I am super excited to report that I think everybody is doing sensational.
My cake is not gonna fall.
The frosting is going on seemingly easy for everybody.
Okay.
And the cakes are starting to take shape.
So everybody's hitting the brief.
Yeah, difficult for us, but we always say the more difficult it is for us, the better it is for them.
Ooh. Gabby, what's happening? I see you finally assembling your cake now.
You know, we only have 40 minutes left and I still need to make my decorations.
Gabby, your cakes are looking amazing.
Do
That's
they?
fantastic.
This is more like a brownie cake. I never once said chocolate mud cake, ever.
Okay, that's fine.
In my life.
Lekker, we're seeing a lot of progress. So these little cake pops are your mushrooms?
Yes, I'm going to paint them with red food paint. I'm using the white chocolate ganache for a crumb coat to make it look like the inside of the tree. And then I'm using a combination of both milk chocolate and dark chocolate ganache for the bark of the tree.
Afton, how's it going? It looks like you have the base of your cake almost complete.
Yeah, so it's going really good. So I want to just make a road as well as a car to go on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then doing the background for the top tier.
So you're putting that blue fondant on that cake?
Yeah.
And then this cake on that cake?
Exactly.
Cool. I think it's going to look very, very cool.
What needs to happen before we hit the 30 minutes?
I just have to cut out the stars from here and make a few coral shapes out of the red and then make some purple decorations and then I'm done.
Tell me what's concerning you.
The fondant covering it is a bit hard, so I still have to mold it with my hands in order to get it into a nice texture so that I can drape it over the cake.
I'm achieving the UFO look by putting this baking dish in the middle and popping the other half on top. So it's got the UFO sort of shape.
It looks like you're almost done.
Not fully.
What needs to still happen? You've got 30 minutes left.
I just need to take a little glass bowl, pop it on top there. That's where he's manning the ship from.
Of course.
And I'm going to do some Smarties on the side.
And that'll add obviously quite a bit of color, which it doesn't have right now.
Yeah.
My moss is looking great. I'm just gonna pull it into more moss-like pieces and then putting it on the cake.
Because my volcano cake is so unstable, I need something to kind of hold it together like glue. Some of the parts that are crumbling, I want to glue with the ganache.
Okay.
So that it doesn't completely deteriorate when you cut into it.
Sure.
But the pistachio ganache is not ready, and I was going to put that in between the layers, but now I'm just going to have to use chocolate.
Right, contestants, you have been baking for 3 long hours. We only have 30 minutes left to complete our bakes and get ready to present. Let's finish strong, guys.
This is really stressful, actually.
There's 30 minutes left and I still don't have cars. What racetrack doesn't have a car in it? I had to bring in a chair because I'm too short. Putting my top layer onto my bottom layer. I won't lie, without the chair that would have been a huge disaster.
Probably should have done that thing where you around, but it's fine. It'll add to the effect of grass. Oh, why does it look so disgusting? I'm worried that my volcano will be too heavy because working with this cake, I can see that it's not very strong.
Oh, he looks gorgeous. There definitely are some inedible parts of my cake. You don't even have to eat around it. You can literally just take that off and cut the cake where it is here.
My plan for the mushrooms is to paint it red with food paint and make little white dots to make it look even more mushroomy.
20 minutes I still have to drape the fondant over the cake and then just add the decorations. My food coloring is looking very blotchy and very ugly. So I'm just taking a paper towel and I'm trying to replicate a sand look on the sides and on the top of the cake.
So my edges of my cake are looking a bit naked, so what I'm doing to improvise is to make some swirlies on top of there because I don't want a naked cake.
I'm adding my little windows, my little finishing touches with some chocolate buttons just to make it look pretty, my little aliens everywhere. It's looking good.
Oh, that's the exact same color. It's fine. This is humongous. It's not as amazing as I thought it would be. Just trying to mix these so it looks like a mountain. Oh, is it tilting?
It was always my plan to make bigger mushrooms using cake pop mix and then also make a few smaller mushrooms using fondant.
I think I'm done with 15 minutes to spare. I probably could have done a crumb coat, but looks decent. I mean, my cake's done, so I can just drink a little super and, you know, help the other contestants.
I don't know what municipality built this road, nee, but the road is not roading.
So my fondant things did not set up as I wanted them to. I wanted them to get harder and they didn't, so I guess I'll just have to put them flat now.
What still needs to be done is, oh no, the cake's falling. This is not going as planned.
Give me something broken that I need to cover up.
Contestants, you have just 10 minutes left. Yay!
10 minutes?
Take it till you make
we're not getting those other dinosaurs.
My brother's not 3, he's actually 13, but there's no space for the full 13, so I'm just gonna put the 3 on the cake. Happy 3rd birthday, bro.
The back needs a lot of work.
My original vision and plan was to have baby shark standing upright. The fondant did not set properly, so I just decided to place baby shark down like he's lying on the bottom of the ocean.
6 minutes. I can do this. I will do this. You're the last of your kind.
I have a dinosaur! I absolutely love fantasy and I just feel like this cake really represents that.
I'm making brand new cars out of fondant. I'm calling them Afton Martins. My Afton Martin is looking like it came from China. Well, it's a 4x4.
Okay, I need to ice it like ASAP. If you're looking for something to do, can you please help me?
Yeah.
Run for an icing bag and then put some of this in. Thank you. I must say my ego is bruised when I have to ask Quinley for help, but time is running out and I need to ice my only dinosaur.
Happy birthday to you. What does it need?
Do what you will with that.
I'm just gonna squeeze.
Will that work?
It's fine, thank you so much. I appreciate the help. We have an eyeball.
Stunning.
These mushrooms, they're magical.
Can we get another hour?
1 minute.
It's okay, guys.
No one telling me about this sticky here.
I'm going.
Maybe I shouldn't put candles in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop baking! Hip hip hooray! Woo!
That is so cool.
It's beautiful. Not exactly what I envisioned. I hope this is enough to keep me in, but I'm not extremely confident.
I'm just really happy with the way it turned out and the time it took to turn out, you know? You know, nothing compares to my granny's cake. I never compare myself against such a great baker, but I think I did pretty well.
It went well. I'm really happy with how it came out. I'm just a bit concerned of how the coloring came onto the fondant.
The bake itself went really nice. The decoration on the other hand, I think I could use a bit more practice with the fondant, but other than that, it's okay.
Dit het baie goed gegaan. Ek wou dalk nog so 'n paar blommetjies en goeders opsit, maar ek dink eintlik het dit nie dit regtig nodig nie. Met die koek voel ek veilig.
Bespoke.
The celebration cake challenge is complete and the cakes are looking amazing. It's going to be a tough day for us. The judging is going to be hard because everything is on such a high level. But what do you think it's going to come down to, Zola?
The cakes look great. If they all taste as good as they look, it's going to be down to like the finer details, and I think that's what's going to make the difference.
Okay.
I think it's going to be extremely difficult, and I think it's going to be a battle of the chocolate cakes. I think it's all going to come down to the taste.
Let's get tasting.
Let's get tasting.
Bring on the first cake.
As I'm presenting my cake to the judges, I'm hoping and praying in my head that my cake will be good enough to not be eliminated today.
You looked very pleased with yourself when you finished making your cake. So clearly it turned out exactly how you'd hoped.
Not exactly, but my cake's standing, I'm standing, so that's a good thing.
So explain to us the scene and then also what the flavors are inside.
For the decorations, I have the checkered pattern that you find on the flag on the race course. My top tier is just the scenic view for the cars to look at when they're driving. And then my cake consists of 2 tiers, 4 of each layers. So it's chocolate and vanilla, and then the filling is cookies and cream.
It's very happy, it's very birthday. I think that your brother would love this.
Everybody did very well today, but we're looking forward to tasting it.
Hip hip! Hooray!
I'm hoping that they actually taste the cookies and cream. Otherwise, it will just be cookies and icing, and that's not going to be very nice.
Afton, not only does it look really exciting and fun, it tastes really fun. And that questionable cookies and cream filling, somehow it's melded beautifully into just looking like chocolate, but tasting like cookies and cream. So eating the cake in its entirety is just a joy.
Very nice and light and fluffy, I must say. And in terms of the way it looks, I really like the fact that you used fondant and buttercream, and you showed us a little bit of piping technique as well.
Jeez, Afton, this is so good on all levels. Every aspect of this cake, I think, is nailed, and you had a successful day in the kitchen.
I'm pretty confident with my cake. It's definitely not professional, like it's not tidy, but I think that it's delicious. I'm just hoping that all the flavors come together.
How did you experience today? How was it?
It was very fun.
Tell us about your flavors.
I have a delicious chocolate brownie mud cake volcano with something inside. And I have vanilla funfetti cake with a pistachio ganache with cream cheese in the middle and a Swiss buttercream on the outside.
Okay, Gabby, give us the full experience. Go ahead.
There you go.
Yay.
That's amazing.
There you go.
Love it.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's really fun, Gabby, and I like that you completed the story that way. And for a long time during the bake, we were looking for where the dinosaurs were, but I see they're fossilized, so that makes complete sense.
Going into the tasting, I'm hoping that the judges like all the flavors combined because I've not tasted those.
You did so much today, eh? 2 different cakes, bunch of flavors, different textures. I think that's brave. Your fudge cake is super, super fudgy. And if that's what you set out to do, that's what you achieved successfully. The buttercream that you used was very buttery, but good attempt.
I actually love the way you incorporated the dinosaurs. It's unexpected. Your funfetti sponge is definitely overbaked. And actually, your fudge cake, although it is very moist and fudgy, it's also overbaked. That's why it's so crumbly. But the reason why it is such a pleasure to eat, that top layer, is because your fudge sort of filling in the middle, that is so lovely and textural and chewy. I think a really fun bake, a celebratory cake for sure.
I think you definitely hit the nail on the head with the whole theme. Very well done to you for that. You definitely made the Swiss meringue buttercream very well. I just think that you could have flavored it a little bit better. You could have even added some pistachio flavor to that as well, just so that we could really get that pistachio flavor coming through. But overall, I think the showstopper was definitely your erupting volcano. So a very, very good attempt. Well done.
I think I did pretty well. With time to spare, I was super happy with the cake, but the density is a bit scary. So I just hope it's good enough to get me through to the next challenge.
Quinley, I'm so happy to see that you had so much fun today.
Possibly the most fun I've ever had at Taste Masters.
Tell us about the flavors of your cake.
It's a fudgy chocolate alien cake, crash landed into a little bit of breadcrumbs.
Cookie crumbs.
Cookie crumbs, not breadcrumbs, sorry. Some chocolate coated treats there and fondant on the sides for the aliens.
And your alien family looks really happy with their spaceship and how it crash landed. I love that you had a great time, and you can tell by the way it's decorated, it's so fun. I just wonder if you had time to spare, you know, that sort of ring around the middle of that could have been an edible element.
I think the judges should be impressed by the creativity, and it's pretty cute. And I just hope it tastes good as well.
What is the flavor in the frosting?
What is it?
It's vanilla.
Got
Just
a flavor.
butter, icing, sugar, vanilla. That's it.
Yeah.
I thought I picked up a flavor in your frosting. You say there's no flavor. Maybe because it's an alien cake, it's acting all up, but very chocolatey. Love it.
It's very straight to the point, not too dry. The crumb is of good substance, you know. It's not super light and it's not very dense. It's like a perfect balance in the middle. The yellow and the blue that you brought into the design definitely add some pops of color in there.
They said it all. I think that the story's lovely, and as far as chocolate cakes go, this is really great. The bakes are at such a high standard that, you know, putting something that's your signature into the flavor would have really gone a long way.
I absolutely do agree with the judges when they said that I could have done more with the cake because I did have leftover time. I just didn't plan it that way.
Clover butter, perfect for baking, cooking, or spreading. Add a touch of love that transforms every dish.
Walking up to the judges, I'm feeling really happy and nervous. I'm really happy because I like the overall look of the cake. It isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's still really good.
How did you find the challenge today?
The challenge was really, really fun because I got to experiment with new mediums like fondant, and this is my first proper cake that I've made.
Wow! Can you tell us what's inside?
So inside there is a chocolate sponge filled with a chocolate ganache and iced with a chocolate cream cheese frosting.
I think your 9 cousins would be very happy to share this as their celebration cake for whatever occasion. And for somebody who's used fondant for the first time, you've done a wonderful job.
I'm super, super worried that my cake is dry in the middle because it has been sitting in the fridge for a long time.
Jahzara, a first cake. It's a great start, and I think these are the tweaks that you want to work on going forward. The ganache is set quite hard.
Maybe next time make a whipped ganache so it's lighter. It'll also add moisture to your cake in general.
Great first effort, beautiful theme. Cake maybe a little bit overbaked.
Also, you probably didn't cover it very well when it was chilling in the fridge. The texture of your cream cheese frosting was lovely.
I do think that if your cream cheese was the layer in between your 2 sponges, it would have been the game changer. But otherwise, your theme was very obvious, which was definitely the main aim of this challenge as well. So I think overall, you did a really good job for your first fondant cake.
I do understand and accept the criticism is really good feedback for future cakes.
I am very happy to present my cake to the judges. I think I did a great job. I hope they think so too, and that it tastes amazing.
Are you happy with your forest log?
I'm very happy with it.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's a piece of art. Tell us about the fillings.
It's a chocolate cake with salted caramel and a chocolate buttercream. And the outside is different ganaches. It's a bit of everything.
What do you think your mom's going to say when she sees this?
I think my mom would be very proud of me.
You guys ready to taste?
Yes. I can't wait.
I hope they're really getting this chocolate explosion that they just want to keep stuffing their face with cake.
Tineke, it's not often that a cake tastes better than it looks. Each element was successful.
I love that every single element is also edible. So the clever use of your offcuts and then turning that into the mushrooms was a really, really great idea. It is a very, very moist cake, I must say.
Yeah, Tineke, it is delicious because there are so many flavors and components and it can get overly sweet so quickly, and then that salt comes through and you're like, yep, I can have another bite.
My feedback is just positive. I have never been so happy to hear feedback from the judges.
I think that was possibly one of my favorite tastings of this entire season. They all did themselves so proud.
I'm just so impressed with them. I can't believe these are kids, man.
But yes, there has to be somebody going home, unfortunately, and it's going to be down to the finest detail.
A decision has to be made. Someone is going home. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Not looking forward to it, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
After that feedback, I'm feeling pretty safe, but I also don't know how the other feedback was, so I'm still a bit weary of where I stand.
Contestants, today was such a fun challenge for us as well as you guys. We could tell that you had such a good time in this challenge because your bakes were spectacular. A huge thank you to our guest judge, Natalie, for joining us and for showing you how fantastically creative you can all be.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Your talent is incredible and you definitely showcased that in the kitchen today. And honestly, you made our job so incredibly difficult.
And even though this is an elimination challenge, we do want to celebrate the themed cake of the day that blew us away. Clover is giving this contestant 6 months supply of Clover condensed milk.
Deliciousness on the way.
6 months of Clover condensed milk would be so amazing because I could use it in all the desserts that we bake at home.
So today's best bake was chosen as the best because we thought aesthetically it just looked sensational. And the inside matched the outside. We just wanted more and more. The bake of the day was made with love by Tineke. Well done.
I did it! I won. I am ecstatic. This is so exciting.
You baked a fantastic cake.
Oh, thank you.
Now, if I call your name, please take a step forward. Jahzara. Quinley. And Gabby.
Oh, I'm going home.
Quinley, you are safe.
Safe.
But by the skin of your teeth. Next time, nothing inedible as part of your presentation. Step backwards. Ladies, unfortunately today, you were the worst of the best. The level of competition today was extremely high. And unfortunately, both your bakes just fell short. Clover is giving you a hamper to celebrate your time here. And don't forget about that KitchenAid classic stand mixer that's going back home. So the next person to leave the Taste Master kitchen is Gabby. You've got such a fantastic personality, and I think your fellow contestants can attest to that. It was amazing to have you here. You're a great baker, you understand flavor, you push the boundaries, and we celebrate you.
Well, I just want to say it's been amazing on Taste Master, and I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys were so supportive. Thanks, guys. I'm feeling very sad. Here at Taste Masters, there is so much that I have gotten out of it. I found a piece of myself, found friends.
So we say a sad goodbye to Gabby, but to the rest of you, a reminder that the competition continues, so we'll see you in the next bake, yeah?
Yeah.
High five, Gabs.
It's really sad to see Gabby go.
The kitchen is going to lose so much light and energy.
She was such a great partner and friend.
Taste Master!
To my fellow contestants, good luck. This is Gabby signing off.
Next week on the Taste Master Junior, it's a family affair as contestants create a feast along with the surprising sous chef, their own parents, who will impress the judges and earn a spot in the semi-final.
Another feel-good production.